Hello.
Find what you were looking for?
Yep. Yes, I hope so. I was up in Sheboygan over the weekend for the Sheboygan County Fair.
Uh-huh.
And so I bought some stuff out there and I ended up getting 2 different thread counts on the bolts. But yeah, I don't have any Fleet Farms next to my house.
Uh-huh.
So I found out, I bought the wrong parts. So I got to drive all the way out here, which is a little bit closer than the other stuff.
Tax exempted?
Nope.
$30.33. Just a second, please. There you go. Thank you. You have a great
All right,
day.
you too.
Bye now.
All right. So, over the weekend, I was at the Sheboygan County Fair, and on the way up there, I stopped at Fleet Farm to check and see if they had nicer bolts that I could use for mounting the roof rack onto my car. And I found these really nice chrome plated ones, but they have the nice button head using the hex key to tighten them instead of the regular hex bolt. And I liked how they look because they look a lot nicer than the other ones, especially for having something mounted on the outside of my car instead of looking like that, which is what I use for mounting the actual roof rack to the upright supports. I use these, and then these will actually be to hold it to the car, because I think these look a lot nicer. And I made the mistake of not noting the thread count. So I picked up the 15 by 18, or 5/16 by 18 bolts, and then I picked up the chrome nuts, which I ended up not going to be using anyways because they're going to be inside and I don't need the chrome plated on those. But those I picked up were the 5/16 by 24 thread count. So they didn't fit on the bolts that I got. So I ended up having to drive out. I was up in Sheboygan. That's about an hour away from my house. I then stopped over, or drove out to Germantown to the Fleet Farm out here, that I could return those and I picked up the parts that I did end up needing, which is just, so I'm going to use these guys for the front and rear supports, and then I picked up some locking nuts, 8 locking nuts and 8 non-locking, because the ones on the back I'm probably going to use the non-locking, because when I take it all off, I unbolt it from the car, whereas the ones in the front, I'll use the locking because I just keep them on all the time. So, with all of that being said, and my battery's almost dead, just head over to the makerspace and reinforce all of the welds on my front supports, which means I have to take the whole thing off, take my dash off again, get those supports taken care of, weld them all up again, and then probably take it home all disconnected that I can paint it this afternoon. So I took a quick stop at the house, I took the actual rack off, and I took the soft top off the car, because once I get to the space, I'll fold the front windshield down and take those couple of parts off, weld them all up, and Don't you just love other Jeepers? So, just got to take the top down a bit, or fold the windshield down. So I may have a slight problem here. I welded this up and I broke the welds, but that's no big deal. In order to take these two bolts out, I've got to fold the windshield down, I think. I can't fold the windshield down because it gets in the way of my windshield. Another issue I just found, nothing to do with that part though, I have got my windshield busting out on me. So I'm going to look into that. But yeah, I can't fold my windshield down. Which, I mean, I never really did anyways. But this gets in the way. Which really isn't something I wanted to deal with today. But I guess that's what happens when you don't plan ahead good enough. Well, I'll do my best. See what I can get done. Well, that's that. side number 2. Of course, now I got to get another metal insert for inside of here. So I've gotten all these welded up. So what I'm going to do next is take them home, wash them all off, and do the port 15 on them, at least on the whole top section, I think. I don't know, I did way more today than I was expecting. I wasn't thinking I had to cut these things off to lower the windshield or anything like that. So what I was thinking was going to just be a real quick, easy job of take these things off, do the welds, stick it back together, get it home, paint it, wait for it to dry, and stick it all back together and it'll be done. It's turned out to be slightly more than that. So, and I'll have 2 more chunks that I've got to get to bridge between here that'll get bolted together. And then it'll be done. So, still got more work, but it is closer to being done now than it was earlier. So, I am glad for that. So, let me stick the windshield back up, or put the dash on, get the windshield back up, and then get home, start painting this stuff up. So I'll catch you then. did I all get done? Well, I got the bolts that I needed earlier today. Went home for lunch. After lunch, I tried switching the roof rack around to have it open to the back and found out I would still have to adjust the holes. So, tent is opening to the front of the vehicle. I'm going to go over the windshield and the hood. After lunch, went over to the makerspace as a Jeep. I need in the way back. Went to the makerspace, went to fold the front windshield down, but I could take the two forward supports down, and found out that I couldn't fold the windshield down because the supports were in the way. So I took an angle grinder and chopped off the two supports, folded the windshield down, took off the two brackets that hold it onto the windshield hinge. I then redid all of the welds on the front supports, cleaned them all up afterwards, ground off some of the surface rust that was forming on it that I could get it ready for painting. And then I put the windshield back up with the brackets all off. I now have the brackets sitting in my car waiting to be painted. The rear supports I still have on, but I will take them off once I get home so that I can paint them with the rest of it. I have to paint the frontmost bar on the roof rack itself. And what else? Then, well, first I guess I will drill the holes in the rear supports so that the bolts that I picked up will fit through them. And I don't know what today's number is, but I'll be taking the car out again anyways, so.